Tiff, Punisher, trap mode activated. All the CPS dropping the beat.
Hit the gas low, feel the rumble.
Tiff on the block, shadow creeping deep. Punisher lurking, no time for sleep. CPS snakes stealing in the night. Family broken, but we ignite the fight. Apos and secrets with ice in our vein. YouTube dropping bomb, breaking chains. Giving more pressure, we won't fall here. Just a rum to make them disappear. Tiff and the Punisher hit it. Fighting for freedom, they can't hold us back. Abolish CPS, catch it big ass. Exploding the truth in the trap of a time. Pump it up, pump it up. Pump it up, pump it up. Punisher roll, D-tip never crack. Hit the gas, gas, gas. Justice in the trash. Punisher and beast mode, Tiff calling shots. Hitting off hard, connecting the dots. Kid trapped in system, parents in despair. But with the underground, breathing red air. Perk loading up like clips in the mag. Abolishing evil, wave the black flag. Slow down the vibe, but the fire stay lit. Victory creeping, feel the trap hit. Tiff and the Punisher hit it. Fighting for freedom, they can't hold us back. Abolish CPS, that's just gas. Exploding the truth in the trap of a time. Pump it up, gas, gas, gas. Pump it up, pump it up. Punisher rolls, D-tip never cracks. Hit the gas, gas, gas. Justice in the trash. Deep and dark, no escape right here. Tipping phones to the street, Punisher bring the veil. Family rising, system crumbling down. Trap justice burning, claim the crime. Pump it up, hold up, hit it, pump it up, hold up, hit it, pump it up, hold up, hit it, pump it up, yeah. Tiff and the Punisher hit it. Fighting for freedom, they can't hold us back. Abolish CPS, cause it's got gas. Exploding the truth in the trap of attack. Pump it up, yeah. Pump it up, yeah. Punisher roll, D-tip never cracks. Hit the gas. Justice in the trash.
We won't stand for corruption.
is the Tiff and the Punisher podcast. Now joined by the angry citizen. This is a powerful trio set out to spread the Constitution. This is a powerful trio set out to stop the evil CPS.
We won't stand for corruption, and we won't stand for stealing kids. This is the Tiff and the Punisher podcast, now joined by the angry citizen.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. How
I
are
got
you?
good. I got a public awareness, whatever to say. So after last night and the rude ass comments, we now have somebody monitoring our comments. And if you get rude, nasty, whatever the case may be, you will be blocked off our podcast.
That's right. There's no place for that here. None whatsoever. Not a place for rude bullshit. It's supposed to be a place for all of us to be together and learn and educate one another and be Americans. Right, Nina?
Absolutely. I'm sorry I missed it.
Yes. They tickled my fancy last night. I came unhinged a little bit. I apologize for that to everybody, but I couldn't help it when I could see the comments that everybody.
Don't apologize for that.
You're right. I shouldn't. Never mind. I
Nope.
take that back.
You deserve it. You know what I tell people? If I was an asshole to you, it's because you had it coming. I don't just randomly do it for no reason. You earned it. So congratulations.
I love that. That's great. I want a t-shirt that says that.
Somebody told me to shut up and take my clothes off. Are you kidding me?
Tiff, that's a compliment.
Look here. If they want to see a naked lady, they can go watch some porn. Okay? No.
The look
Anyway,
on your face right
has
then
anybody heard?
was precious. I would pay to see that look again. I'm gonna pay.
Well, the good thing is
that one
YouTube
just
and
you.
it's free. That will be what's on the t-shirt right there.
Yes.
Has anybody heard?
Oh, she did, Debbie.
Oh, she did find her son.
All right, good. Thank God.
Is he okay?
I haven't talked to her today. I had a nap day, and
is he okay?
I don't know. I know that the last thing that she had thought was that they had the original culprits. They were back in action. That's what she had thought, and I think that's what she found out. They were trying to steal her son again. Last I heard.
Kidnappers.
What's that?
Kidnappers.
Yes, sir. Absolutely, straight up. And this kid, he's how old is he? He's you think?
20.
I was 20 or 21, yeah. And I mean, the state's coming after him hard, because he's special needs and he's all of that, and they want the money. And if this isn't proof that this isn't what is really going on here, I don't know what is. You know, if people think that we're full of malarkey and full of shit, and we are making these things up, his story alone should tell you that this is exactly what all of this is about. It's not the care for the people, it's the money that they have attached to them. And it's awful. You know, whether it's the elders or whether it's the children, you know, they're both in the same. These groups are both in the same. You know, they're just out to, like Dana always says, they're out to kidnap you and steal your money and your possessions, and that's what they want.
Yep.
Yeah, I heard. Now, I don't know about APS as much as I do about CPS, but I've been hearing stories that they're taking elderly people who own homes,
Mm-hmm.
sticking them in a nursing home, selling their properties to pay for it. What?
Yeah, that's what they're doing. Do you know
All
now?
I can say.
You know
What?
now that you have to be. So it used to be, you know, if it was the family home or whatever, because you know what, you're not thinking about this stuff when you're well. You know, like you're not thinking. But now, I don't know if it's every state, but I know in the state of Maine that you can no longer, if your family goes into a home or whatever, your mother or your father goes into a home and they still have the house, the family house, they can no longer gift that or give that to you. It has to be done 3 years in the past. Otherwise, the APS can just snatch it right up and use it for their home care. 3 years that you have to go back and hand that over to someone else or gift it to them or whatever. If they don't, then APS, it's full game for them. Take your stuff.
Well, all I got to say is they better not try that with my dad, because he's already told everybody he's going to start putting bullets in people's asses, and he is not playing.
Well, I mean, that's what it's getting to. This is what it's getting to. They gave us that Second Amendment right for a reason. They didn't do it because they thought that the government was going to be good to us and take care of us. They knew that at one point in time that this was going to be out of line. This country was going to be out of line. You know, these sheriffs have failed us for protecting our constitutional rights and us as the people. You know, where they've failed on their jobs. Like, what sheriff is running a militia group? I don't know of any. That's one of their obligations. You know, like that's one of the things that they're supposed to do. You know, so everybody in this country has failed us as far as their positions. They've turned their positions of power into just that. Where it was supposed to be a position of pride and representation of a free nation is now turned into a position of power and thievery. And that's exactly what's happened.
So I saw something interesting today on the Second Amendment. Am I able to share my my screen, Darren?
Of course you can. Able to, or asking permission?
I'm asking, you have the
just
ability to let me do that? Because I'd like to play something.
Yeah, that little box, you know, at the bottom of the arrow in it.
Okay.
That's where it happens.
The little box that says share screen. I don't understand this. Your complicated technology voodoo. You know, I'm old. I can't push buttons. It's hard.
Right. Flat screen buttons. Tell me when it's up, buddy. Oh no, now he's frozen. Or is he just kidding?
I'm just.
Oh, that was good, man. I thought you were
about the people that knocked on the woman's door, told her that I'm very sorry. I think I just ran over your cat. You ever heard this one?
No.
And she says, "Oh no, what did it look like?" And they go,
That's funny. I like that. I like that a lot.
All right. Let me know if you can see this.
Yeah, it was there. Where did it go?
It says I'm sharing.
Oh, okay, there it is. Got it.
You ready for this?
If you say so.
Let me know if you can hear this.
No, we got. I can't hear it. Do you have no volume? There you go.
It's not playing.
Hold on. I mean, it's playing.
No sound?
Hold on. Let me see.
Yeah, no sound.
Freaking Darren.
I know. I'm sorry. If you want, maybe I can. If you want, maybe send it in the private chat. Send the link and I'll
send you the link. Hold on.
Yeah. It looks like it's going to be pretty good.
It's great. It's exactly what I've been saying for years. You know, we're always told that, you know, regular people aren't trustworthy. You know, that's why you can't have a gun. You're just too stupid. And you're going to, you know, use the gun to to kill people, and you might shoot civilians, and blah, 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 blah. There's always a million reasons why the government and all their agents and agencies tell us that we're just poor schmucks, stupid schmucks, and we can't be trusted with guns. And
Right.
what they ignore is there are an estimated, and again, this is an estimate, okay, so take it what's worth, 2.5 million occurrences each year where civilians use a firearm to defend themselves or someone else. And the overwhelming majority of the case, the gun is not used, it's not fired. It's just the appearance of the gun that dissuades the criminal, which makes sense. Think about it. Criminal's ready for a nice helpless victim. All of a sudden, the victim whips out a gun, changes the whole situation. So this is a video I found on X that illustrates this very, very effectively.
All right, let's see if we can hear it. Ready?
Do you carry a gun?
You hear it?
Bad idea. This is Hollywood.
No.
Countless TV shows
I
portray
can.
good guys who try to
Can you?
stop crimes
What
with
am
their
I,
own
Chuck Norris?
guns as fools.
Citizen arrest, drop your gun.
The wise police officer sums it up.
Leave it to a good guy with a gun to really screw things up.
Liberal politicians agree.
A good guy with a gun will stop the bad guys with a gun. It doesn't hold up.
It doesn't, say experts, the media feature.
Good guy with a gun statistically isn't realistic. It's an adolescent rescue fantasy.
An adolescent rescue fantasy? Now, I'm no gun person. I was raised among lefty gun haters. I assume Hollywood and the media told the truth. But then, 17 years ago, I hired the best data analyzer I know. That very tall guy on the left, Maxim Lott, here talking to the nearly as tall John Lott, his father, a criminal justice researcher who wrote this book. More guns, less crime? I was skeptical, and some researchers questioned Lott's data, but I've come to believe Lott is making a good point. In places where bad guys fear a good guy might be armed, crime tends to fall. Often just showing a weapon is enough to stop an assault. Police don't track such events, but these days some are posted on the web. Here an employee grabs her gun and the robber runs away. And again here.
3 robbers caught on camera breaking into a home in Atlanta. The men scramble to escape as the woman chases them.
When a civilian tries to stop one of these instances, they're overwhelmingly successful.
So why do all these TV shows lecture us about how it doesn't work?
The gun control groups brag about working with the screenwriters and the producers for the shows.
This group even boasts about its partnership with Hollywood and how they're consulted on scripts.
There's major star power behind an effort to rewrite the script on how guns are used in Hollywood.
They think they're making us safer because they believe FBI reports that say shooters being killed by citizens is rare. Why does the FBI say that?
They're simply missing a huge number of cases.
For example, well, the FBI includes the famous Pulse nightclub shooting.
At least 50 people are dead.
1 week afterwards, there was a similar attack at a nightclub in South Carolina.
There, a concealed carrier took down the shooter.
The thing is, it got virtually no news coverage.
49 people being killed is going to be a bigger story than 3 people being killed.
I understand, but the guy still had like 125 rounds of ammunition on him when he was stopped. You would think at least some of the news coverage would at least mention, here's another case that almost turned out to be the same, but it was stopped.
Also, remember the Parkland shooting?
At least 17 people are dead in Parkland, Florida.
Just a few months later, in Titusville, Florida, there was an elementary school that was having a big event at a park right next to the school. Had hundreds of students there, and a man came up, started firing his gun.
Police say the gunman was then shot by someone else who had a legally concealed weapon.
And was able to seriously wound the attacker and stop him before he was able to go and kill anybody.
The bystander saved a lot of people's lives, says the police. But I never heard about that. Local media covered it, but it hardly got attention beyond that. The FBI somehow also missed it. At crimeresearch.org, Lott lists cases where bystanders stopped shootings, cases that the FBI often ignores, like this one.
3 people are dead, several others injured.
Raul Mendez was at a party taking selfies with his pregnant wife, but then a guest at the party began firing at people.
Catches me in the right side of the head. Bullet enter right here, right by my ear, goes straight through my face and out my left eye.
Somehow, Mendez recovered.
I gained consciousness and I unloaded 4 rounds and finished them off.
He probably saved the lives of a dozen people, including his wife and daughters.
You know, prevented him from, killing those girls.
You always carry a concealed gun?
I always do.
Why?
It's just about being prepared.
The FBI records instances like this, but somehow they have no record of your case.
They're not recording the true numbers, guns actually saved.
It's one of many cases like that the FBI is missing.
It happened. Why wouldn't they include this?
There's a lot of political views that people let infect their data. I had interactions with the people in the FBI. I had people go and tell me, well, I'm a Democrat. As a response, as if somehow that's how we determine whether or not to fix the data.
The FBI who carry guns are anti-gun? It's just not believable.
I think the people at the top, are more politically motivated than maybe your rank and file FBI agent. If they think that it would go against the narrative that they want to go and push, then they'll fight you.
We asked the FBI about the cases they missed. They responded, their data is not intended to explore all active shooter incidents, but rather to provide a baseline understanding. Seems like they admit their data's incomplete. But the media sure don't.
This kind of outcome is rare.
This is very rare.
No. Self-defense is more common than I say. And it does stop lots of crimes.
It'd be great if we could just get all guns to disappear. But the problem is that when you go and you ban guns, it's basically the most law-abiding good citizens who obey them. Every place in the world that's either banned all guns or all handguns has seen murder rates go up.
Why would that happen?
If you're primarily disarming their victims, you make it easier to commit the crimes.
But the so-called experts still say
there haven't been good guys with a gun who stop mass shootings. It's the kind of thing you learn from reading comic books.
I was prepared and it saved lives. There's no comic book story about that. Those are facts. That's what happened. I was there. I'm sure there's many more out there that'll go unheard.
Oof. Wow. That's what I'm saying right there, man. Are we there? There we are. Wow. Are you guys there?
I'm here.
All right. No one's moving again. I thought everyone was frozen.
I was watching, but I had to watch it on YouTube while it was playing. I didn't see it in restream. It doesn't matter as long as the audience saw it, which apparently they did. That's great. And that's the point. And that's what people, I'm amazed how people don't seem to understand this. We have like tens of thousands of laws on the books now about guns. And when these shootings happen, think very carefully about these, because I look into all these because I've been a Second Amendment advocate for many years. And in the situation in Las Vegas, a lot of you remember this shooting where supposedly they were having a concert and supposedly some guy started shooting from a hotel window into the crowd. And this entire thing is ludicrous. At face value is absolutely ludicrous. They're telling us this guy supposedly had like 40 guns. Well, anyone that knows anything about guns knows you don't need 40 guns. You need one. Really,
a bunch of ammo.
One. Unless that one breaks. So maybe you bring 2, right? But 40, do you know how much work it is to move 40 freaking guns?
Yeah.
Supposedly from like your car, like supposedly he drives up in his car, he's unloading rifles by the case onto what? Like a dolly, and then wheels it into the hotel up to the 7th or 8th floor, whatever it was, into his room. There's no video of this. And if you ever seen the crime scene photos, it really looks like someone had like a box of empty shells and they took it and they just sprinkled it like fairy dust around the room. If you're sitting in one place, folks, and you have your gun and you're firing continually like this, your shells are going out the side of the gun and they're going to be in one group, one pile somewhere, unless you're running all around. Like you have to be like this, like boom, boom, boom. Supposedly also he used something called a bump stock. And I'll tell you what a bump stock is. The first time I ever saw someone doing this, I have a friend I used to shoot with. He was really, really good at doing this. And I had an SKS, which is a Chinese-made, very cheap Chinese rifle. It's not fully automatic. It's a semi-automatic rifle. That means you pull the trigger, it fires a bullet, one bullet. Each time you pull the trigger, one bullet is fired, okay? So you can't shoot it on full auto. Full auto, for those of you who don't know, is when you hold the trigger down and it continues firing bullets until you let up on the trigger or it runs out of bullets. So supposedly this guy used a device called a bump stock. And what it does is allows you to sort of simulate fully automatic fire. It's actually kind of impressive. And when I saw my friend do it, I was quite impressed. What you do is, with your hand that you're holding on to the wooden front part of the gun that you hold with that hand, and you pull forward and you hold your right hand in place with your finger hooked around the trigger. Well, what happens is, when the gun goes off, when it fires, it pushes back, okay? And as you're holding your hand, pushing forward, pressure forward, it immediately pushes back forward, and your finger fires the trigger again, which pushes the weapon back. And then you're pulling it forward, and it fires. And so it ends up doing a fully automatic bang, 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 bang. It's like you have a machine gun, basically. Now, anyone that knows anything about firearms is going to tell you, if your intent is to murder people, which we are told that's what this man was trying to do. He was in this hotel and was looking down at a crowd of people, and his intent was to just murder as many of them as he could. You would not want fully automatic fire. Unlike in the movies, fully automatic fire, and I've fired fully automatic weapons, I know this from personal experience, it is very, very difficult to consistently hit a target on full auto because of the recoil. So as soon as the weapon fires, it shakes your hands like this, see? And so if you're shooting at a target that isn't giant, like a small target, especially if it's far away and you're shooting at something like this, you will not hit it. The second bullet cannot hit. You will aim and you will pull the trigger, and your gun's going to start doing this, and you're just shooting bullets out. People would say, well, you're shooting into a crowd, chance of hitting someone in the crowd, pretty good. It is true that you will hit people by accident, generally speaking. But what most people don't understand is it's far, far, far more effective, if your intent is to murder people, to simply aim very carefully at one person, pull the trigger, bang, aim at the next person, pull the trigger, bang, aim at the next person, pull the trigger, bang. You will be much more effective. The bump stock is a gimmick. It simulates. My friend did it with his belt loop. He would hold his thumb in his belt loop and pull the weapon forward, and it would start firing. Again, full auto. The bump stock is a device that goes around the barrel of the gun that actually is loose. So the gun moves back and forth inside the bump stock. So you hold the bump stock, pull the trigger, bang, 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 bang. You're shooting more or less at fully automatic rate. But none of it makes sense. None of it makes sense. And the people that were there reported hearing more than one shooter. And of course, all these people are told they're wrong, they're stupid, they're civilians, they don't know what they're talking about, they were confused, they were frightened. The professionals, the experts tell us that those people are wrong. And even though they were there, these were people who were there being shot at. They don't know what they're talking about. They're wrong. It just doesn't make sense. The whole thing just stinks to high heaven. And you have to look at these situations very carefully with a discerning eye. God gives us the ability of discernment. How do we tell truth from fiction? We look at the evidence. We ask the questions, hard questions that need to be asked, and we look for answers. We all know our government is wildly untrustworthy. No one in their right mind would think that our government is our friend, that they're kind, benevolent, caring people trying to help everyone. They are not our friends. They have proven themselves to be the enemy of we the people. So would they send some psychopath or psychopaths or mercenaries to murder a bunch of people and stage it to make it look like some psychopath did this so that they could make more gun laws? Yeah. Yeah, they would. And they have. The truth is, civilians, responsibly armed civilians, are a very significant deterrent to crime. This has been proven. It's absolutely true. God's honest truth.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We lost Tiff. Did you boot her off, Darren? Is that it?
No, she's there. She's just, maybe she's stuck. No, she's not.
Chilling.
Tiff, what's your thoughts on all of this? Coming from a person that's trying to get her gun rights back.
No, I did get my gun rights back.
Our rights are inalienable.
Right.
So the government claims they can take them away from us if they want to, but that is not an accurate claim. They don't have the authority. They get away with it, but it's the same way someone gets away with, breaking into your house and stealing all your money. They can say they had the authority to do it all day. It really doesn't matter. They got away with it. So,
Yep.
Well, I did get my gun rights back.
We got quite a little group of comments in the audience here today. A lot of people watching.
I can't see them.
Where's Becca?
She's over
Yeah.
there. All right. The only ones I see is Darren. I sent you a messenger from Brenda. God of Law's out there. But Tiff, what's your thoughts on John's out there? What is your thoughts on all of this?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Well, I'm not a gun person per se. Because I don't want something that's going to throw me back into the wall. Because some guns are very, very powerful. But I've never been one against guns. Like the only problem I have is that people that have guns, they don't lock them up properly. And what tears my heart apart is that their little kids find them, and then there's accidents. There's kids that are dead now. That's my only concern about guns. I'm all about the Constitution. Oh, my cat just knocks some shit over. I'm all about it.
I wonder if they take the stats. I wonder if those stats, though, where they say that the little kid picked up the gun and that it's like CPS, right? They have 7.5 million people that they interview and all of this stuff, but only out of that, like 100 or 300,000 last year were found to even go further. How many kids actually, is there only like 1 in a million that happens to, that a kid picks up a gun that's unlocked? Because the majority of the people, well, first of all, the majority of the people that I know that have guns, I know for myself, my gun's loaded at all times, but I don't have a little kid around anymore. My gun is always, there's one in the chamber, and everybody that knows me knows that there's one in the chamber. I mean, I don't leave my gun just sitting on a countertop to make sure, but the gun is meant to use. As soon as you touch that gun, it's meant to use. You don't have time in a situation, if you're sleeping or whatever, you need to know where that gun is and have it put away so that nobody has it. But how many times do these kids really find these guns and an accident occurs? Because I'll bet you that there's not that many, but they vocalize when there's one that it happens to. Like a big deal about it. And it is a big deal, obviously. But shit happens with everybody, and people make mistakes, and all of this happens. But don't, again, it's not the gun that did this. It's the person that had the gun. If they're not responsible enough to realize that they have children around, and don't do things to make sure that their guns are properly done, then they're the responsible.
Yeah, the guns are guns are left unsecure, and sometimes they will tell that they're very vocal about telling the kids never mess with daddy's gun, it's super important, blah blah blah. Kids don't listen to that. There was a famous case of a police officer, and I don't remember where it was, one of the southern states, I think, and his little boy, who was like 4 or 5 or so, got his pistol and accidentally shot himself and killed himself. And so yes, it does happen. But how often does it happen? Too often, but not nearly as often as the so-called authorities would like us to believe. They want us to believe there's an they will use this phrase, epidemic of gun violence. You heard this? Yeah. Epidemic of gun violence. And a while back, an organization called Handgun Control Inc. did a so-called study, and their determination, what they said was, you are 3 to 5 times more likely to shoot yourself or someone you know than you are to shoot an intruder. This was they think they really proved something with this so-called statistic. So assuming the numbers are accurate, we need to be very careful about considering what exactly it is they're saying, okay? Because you have to really, really think about that phrase that they said. They said you're 3 to 5 times more likely to shoot yourself or someone you know than you are to shoot an intruder, which may be correct, because almost never are intruders shot. When an intruder confronts an armed homeowner, they leave. See? Right. As soon as the homeowner shows the gun, the intruder's no longer interested in looking for hidden jewelry. He is out of there at maximum warp speed. This is absolute fact, folks. The overwhelming majority of cases of people using firearms to defend themselves does not involve them shooting anyone. Why would you have to? If you show someone a gun, they're more than likely to say, I don't want to mess with you. I'm done. I'm out of here. They're looking for easy victims. So it implies that the usefulness or utility of having the firearm for home defense is really pointless, because you're more likely, as they say, to shoot yourself. And they're implying you're going to accidentally shoot yourself, obviously, because we're all bumbling morons and none of us actually get training to know how to use our firearms. I assure all of you watching, I've had pretty extensive training with my guns. I know how to use them. I ain't going to shoot myself accidentally at any point. It's just not going to happen. They also include suicides in that statistic.
Well,
so the science, their implication that they want you to take away is that because a person, Bob, decides that he's done with life, he goes, he gets his gun, he kills himself with his gun, that means you're more likely to shoot yourself.
And
you know how dishonest that is?
And Dana, don't
very,
forget,
very dishonest.
Right. But don't forget also, random crimes are almost next to none. Someone breaks into your house to steal your things, chances are good it's somebody that you know. So then they take these statistics.
Precisely.
Someone that you know.
Precisely. Someone shows up at your house, right? Your daughter starts dating some hooligan, or she attracts a stalker. She comes home one day, stalker follows her home, right? Gets out, you have a confrontation in your driveway with Stalker Joe. Stalker Joe, leave my daughter alone. If you come near her, I will end you. Get off my property, right? Stalker Joe leaves. Stalker Joe shows up later on, right? And is all drunk and steps out of his vehicle and starts trying to beat your door down with an axe. And you say, you know what? This is going to be a problem. You take your gun. You say, Stalker Joe, you need to back off because I will kill you. And I've called the cops. They're on their way. Get off my property. And he's not listening. And he chops down your door and comes barreling in. And you shoot him in the leg. And Stalker Joe goes down. The police come, arrest him, take him away. And now you've become a statistic. Now you just shot someone you know.
Right.
See? It's dishonest. It's shady, dishonest crap. That's what they do to try to make us all believe that we shouldn't be armed. It's bull.
Mm-hmm. That's it. It's all.
Osiris said he's got one in every room, including the shower.
Yeah.
The God of Law has the shower gun. I may have a shower gun, but I wouldn't tell you if I did.
Where do you? I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
You never know. You never know. It's better safe than sorry. So,
my kid's cousin.
For those of you who don't know, there's a special container you can get for a shower gun. It's waterproof. Put it right up on the wall. You can pop it open if you need to.
Nice.
Shower gun. Someday I'm going to build a house, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to have pictures on the wall, but the pictures will have a face, an actual print of a picture that is completely breakable. And I'll have a gun behind it, so you can just reach right through the painting and grab a gun anytime you want to.
Oh my
idea. What about your cousin, Tiff?
Oh, no, not my cousin, my kid's cousin. He was actually 22 and he was cleaning his gun, and there was a bullet in the chamber and it ricocheted and entered the back of his head, and he died from that. So, like I said, I don't own a gun, but I do own plenty of other shit that will take you down. But I've always, as long as people are responsible with guns, I've never had a problem with people having guns, ever.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I never understand how these people, when they how are you, first of all, why are you looking down the barrel of a gun that you haven't made sure was cleared out first? Like, what are you doing? Like, I never understand that. I never ever get that. But that's what, I don't I mean, that you're looking down a lethal weapon.
Mm-hmm.
So ensure that it's very simple to you know what I mean? It's very simple to make sure your stuff's cleared out. Most of the times these people are being sloppy and they're trying to be cool in front of their friends. That's what I would never get, is these people whip out their guns and start cleaning them in front of people. Like, oh, okay, you're cleaning a gun in front of me. I've never understood that, but it's very, very simple to ensure that your gun no longer has bullets in it before you start cleaning it. That's just being, and I mean no disrespect, but that's just meaning that you are just sloppy. You were not cautious for your own life, that you didn't want to make sure that you pulled back your hammer a couple of times to ensure that your bullets popped out and that you were empty. Instead, you just decided to start going with what you're doing and, doing that. And that sucks. It sucks that happened to them because it was avoidable. But again, it's not the gun that did that. It's the people that do this, and that's, we've been given these. I mean, you could do the same thing with an axe or a pitchfork, or any of these things that are dangerous that you can use for a Second Amendment, because the Second Amendment doesn't just mean guns. Second Amendment means that you can arm yourself with any apparatus that you need to use. So a rock can be a weapon, a pitchfork can be a weapon, a microwave oven from the third floor can be a weapon, whatever you need to use, you arm yourself with whatever you need to arm yourself with. And any of these items can cause you injury yourself if you're not careful. You pick the microwave up to throw it out the window, you drop it on your head, crack your skull open, you're dead. So it can be just as dangerous as a firearm, but we don't hear statistics about microwaves on people's heads, because, it's just that way. So all of these things you can sit at, you can point the benefit of, and what the hell is the opposite of a benefit? The pros and cons. You can look at the pros and cons of everything in every situation. A pencil can be very deadly if you're like me and have narcolepsy and fall on it and it goes in my eye, then I got lead in my brain and I'm dead. Very simple. But you're not going to hear statistics about how many pencils kill people a year, or the lead that's inside of them that kill, that could cause lead poisoning, and which is probably fake too, but whatever. You don't hear those statistics. So all of these things have statistics that can back up. We can find anything wrong. I can find things wrong with you, Tiff. I can find things wrong with Dana. You guys might be the most perfect people on earth, but this day and age, with the computer, with the internet, we can find and make an argument that you are a terrible person, and I can do the same. We all do that in CPS cases. Go in that courtroom and listen to them talk about you. Same situation that you thought was nothing at all, and listen to how they portray it. And you are the most terrible person on this goddamn earth. You're even sitting there thinking, like, where is this son of a bitch? Because I'm going to kill them. And they're talking about you. You know what I mean? And you don't even realize. So any of this stuff can be portrayed as evil and bad. And guns is very easy to do that too. And it's very easy to sway someone in the conversation, people that are on the line, because there are so many examples of, but like that thing just showed, how many of these things are not, how many more of these events or people's lives here today because of a preventative measure, because they have guns. Like my argument with this stuff is this: I don't like people that open carry. Why don't I like people that open carry? Because if I'm going into a place to be the attacker, the first thing I'm looking for is the people that have a weapon on their side. So you're going to be, if you're not paying attention and you're not trained and looking around and all this stuff, and you're running around, you got your big sidearm on you and all this, well, you don't even realize that I'm a threat to you. And I come in because I'm concealing my weapon, and I'm going to come in and I'm going to shoot you first. And then I'm going to take your gun, and now you've given me two guns to have. So people that open carry, please, if you're going to do that, make sure that you're aware of your surroundings. Make sure that you're constantly paying attention to the people around you, because there's too many people out there that are doing this and not realizing that they are making the people around them a threat. They think that they're being a help by showing off their weapon, but they're not. They're actually, the people around them are now becoming a threat, or not a threat. They're becoming threatened because of the people that aren't paying attention. So that's my big argument about that. Like these guys, I got my Second Amendment right. Show you, how many people are probably sitting in the bushes that could just shoot you, and you didn't even realize it. You know what I mean? Like, because you weren't paying attention, but you're a target now because you've put that weapon on you. Make sure that you are paying attention when you're doing these things. That's my only qualm, or my only thing that I argue about, that people that carry guns. And it's only because of that. It's because they make themselves a target. And that's not right for you, Tiff, to be standing in line and some asshole standing next to you with a big revolver in his side hip, not paying attention to you. Like, hey, lady, you're a nice looking lady. And this guy's carrying a gun, and an attacker comes in, and next thing you know, you're shot because this guy's not paying attention that has a gun on his side. You know what I mean? Like, he's not paying attention. Like, if you're carrying that and you're going to take that role as a weapons carrier and an enforcer, then you need to be paying attention and portray that role when you're out in the public eye, because now you are putting people at risk. That's my only argument with people that carry weapons.
Well, my purse, believe me, if I swing that motherfucker, I'm taking somebody down.
Yeah, or it's bulletproof, I'm sure. Jesus, all the stuff in there.
my purse. But that's not the only thing. I told you. I have the little cat thing.
Yeah.
I have plenty of knives in my house. My daughter carries a knife in her glove box. I mean, yeah, we always have some kind of weapon because anything really, a crowbar, hell, in prison they put bars of soap in socks. I mean, anything can be a weapon.
That hurts. Those things are painful.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
So
Okay.
anything you need to protect yourself, I say go for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Dana,
But I will tell you what my dad told me. If you ever get a gun and you pull it, you damn sure better use it. That's what he told us. Never pull your gun if you don't intend to use it.
That's right. If you use a weapon, if you pull that
I've
weapon,
heard that. I've heard that phrase. I prefer the phrase, don't pull it out unless you are willing to use it, because it is a deterrent just on its own. As soon as you show someone a gun, believe me, it changes their attitude. They are, not that I would know this from personal experience, but it does change their attitude. You'd be very shocked how it will dampen the enthusiasm of someone who's decided they're going to do something bad. So, but unfortunately, there are people in the world who will call your bluff.
Yeah.
And they'll say, I don't think you have the balls to do it.
Yes, there
You have
are.
to be ready to actually do it. I will say a shot across the bow works wonders too. Just put, put a round down at their feet.
Did you know that you could get? We went on when Herbert was here, and I wish Herbert was walking right now because he could come out and talk about this. I don't remember if this was in Tiff's days or not, but you can actually get in trouble if someone comes on you.
Yes.
You know, threatening. If you fire a warning shot, they can arrest you
Yes.
or something along those lines. I'm not sure what the thing is, but you can be in trouble for that.
Yes.
Isn't that crazy? So you try to.
Yes, it is crazy. It's absolutely insane.
Right.
My father had to do that.
Your father did that?
Yeah, my father used to live in a fairly remote place and was frequently there by himself. He was married at the time, but sometimes his wife wasn't there. He was there by himself. He was older at this point, and someone was approaching the house late at night through the woods with a flashlight.
Yeah.
And my dad put a round over their head and yelled, "Get the hell off my property and don't come back." And that is technically a crime.
Yeah, it's what is it? It's like discharging a weapon.
Well, they can charge you. They can charge you with reckless behavior. They can charge you. They could even charge you with potential like assault or something like that. But the point is, it doesn't matter because it's all BS. It's all BS. You have every right to defend yourself, and even I think Ted Nugent said it very well. If I were dropped here with no idea of any laws or rules, regulations, etc., I would know inherently that I have a right to defend myself, that I'm not obligated to allow someone to assault me, and that I have every right to use whatever means are available to me to effectively defend myself from someone that would want to harm me.
Now, what is the role of guns in CPS cases? How do these work in any of these cases? Are they frowned upon? Are they, because you don't hear a lot about people having guns, and that's the reason that they're losing their kids. So is it just that it's known that it happens, or is it just not talked about? Or because you don't hear this argument in any of these CPS, APS, any of these cases, you don't hear that the gun was the cause of it, and you would think that you would hear a lot more of that. Or is that just something that they don't fumble with? I don't know the answer to this.
Are you saying that you're asking about like cases where children are kidnapped by agents because the agents are claiming that there are guns in the home or unsecured guns, or that there's a dangerous situation because the parents have guns?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know of that ever happening. It may be that they know better than to swat that hornet's nest.
That's what I'm wondering.
Because
they keep getting their funding just fine without having to start bringing in
I think they'll contrive whatever BS they need to pretend that they have authority and reasonable cause to do this, but they don't want to use something that would anger the millions and millions of gun owners and get them involved in the fight. Because if the gun owners are not involved in the fight, they might, we've talked about this, how people don't want to get involved unless it's affecting them.
Right.
So maybe they know better than to drag in all of the, and like you said before too, Darren, a lot of people are unaware that this sort of thing is happening. They assume that if you have CPS involved in your life, it's because you must be doing something wrong. And you must have, they assume these people know what they're doing.
Right.
And that they're trying to do the thing that they're claiming that they're trying to do, which is to protect children from abusive environments. So they're not ready to hear or don't even know that this is actually not what's going on, that these people are actually engaged in what amounts to human trafficking.
Oh, man. Mr. Osiris.
When
You brought in another
CPS showed
guest.
up,
Hello.
oh, he
Nope.
left. When
He's
CPS
gone.
showed up to our door, my husband's exact words to me were, "How do these motherfuckers know I don't have a 12 gauge shotgun behind this door? How dare them roll up on our property in the middle of the night and try and beat the door down?" I said,
Did
you
they?
know what? I never thought about it.
Because that's, I mean, you have every right to defend yourself. That, you know, if someone shows up and starts trying to beat down your door, the only way that authority is lawfully retained by someone who shows up is if they have a cause to arrest you. So the sheriff shows up with a warrant for your arrest. He has every right and authority to pursue arresting you. No one else does. No one. And never let them in. Never talk to them. Never give them the time of day. Tell them, get off my property, and call the sheriff. And yeah, I know the sheriffs are corrupt. A lot of them are corrupt. I get it. But we got to smoke them out. You know, if every single person who has a lawful grievance of any sort calls the sheriff, it's going to bring a lot of attention and a lot of heat on our sheriffs in this country, which is something we need to do. We need to force them to either stand with us or show themselves as cowards and criminals. So,
Yeah, well, my sheriff doesn't like me because I call him out on his bullshit. I don't care.
I know. I know, and good for you. That's what everyone should do.
Yeah.
I went as far as to tell them I will drag my half-dead body across the bridge to the city and call 911 before I ever call your department.
She will crawl across the border, she says.
The bridge.
The bridge, yeah, the bridge.
Because the bridge, once you cross the bridge on either side, you're either in the county or the city. I told him I will drag my half-dead body across the bridge and call 911 for the city to come help me.
Yep.
Darren, what happened to our guest? We had a guest join us for a moment ago.
Yeah, Osiris. That was our man, Osiris. He, his sound is not registering when he came in. I think he was maybe
He's the child support legend.
Yeah, he's the Title IV. He's the machine, man. He's the one that can end child support for anyone.
Yes, he can. He's been doing it for 40 years.
If he's having any technical issues I can help with, I'd be glad to help him out.
Yeah, he's not showing his what's not showing up. You know when they have the microphone issue, when the microphone doesn't show up on there?
That's because you got to go through Chrome.
Okay, there, Tiff knows. I know.
But it looked like he's on his phone.
Yeah, that's why he's got to go through Chrome if he's got an Android. Because I got an Android. It's the only reason I know.
Okay.
And that's about as technical as it gets for me. I'm done. After that, I got to call Darren.
Well, it's whatever works, Tiff. At the end of the day, it's you only need enough technical knowledge to make it work. That's it.
That's right.
It's dream work, man. Yeah, Osiris, I can only imagine what he was going to tell us too, because he's very, very much a player in the game of guns.
Well, I would love to hear what he has to say. Hopefully, he can get it working.
Get it together, Mr. Osiris.
If he's got to download a whole new browser, that might take a minute. He doesn't have Chrome on his phone.
I
don't use Chrome at all. So
I said, don't worry, I'm not a stalker. I only stalk Amazon. And he sent me back a video with this machine guns. I said, don't worry.
Did you see John's comment, Darren?
Which one is it?
Check the comments to see what John just said.
Darren, you can ask a Canadian and U.S. firearms lawyer, Ian Runkle of the YouTube channel Runkle of the Bailey. That one?
That's what he said.
Erica, he slept all day.
It was nap day for Darren.
It was. And
2 days in a row.
Yeah. Well, I know when my narcolepsy, when I can't even like sit down for 30 seconds and I start passing out, I know that means that I'm tired. Like, I don't know when I'm tired. It's kind of a weird thing because you don't realize when you have narcolepsy, you don't realize that you're tired. You know what I mean? It doesn't.
Are you a doctor, Darren? Is that it?
Yes, I am a professional, and I can give my opinion in this field. But yeah, I know, and that's why I'm saying I notice that when like if I'm extremely tired, that I will just sit down and just see you later. So when my time is short, which I noticed yesterday, especially during the show, my time was short. So I knew that I needed to just have a full day of sleeping, and then they'll have nights like tonight where I'm fine and dandy, everything's good. You know what I mean? Like, it's a sucky thing, it really is. But yeah,
sorry, bro.
Yeah, it is what it is, man. I mean, I feel bad for the people that have that one that you're up all night. Like, what do they call that?
Insomnia.
Insomniac, yeah. I mean, damn, I couldn't even imagine. But how much life do you miss? All right, we got him back now. Mr. Osiris is in the building. We've got his sound. We don't have a picture of him, but we got his sound, and what's important is his voice. Whoa, there it is. Yes, sir.
You were saying?
Yes, sir.
This is one of my bed wenches.
That's your girl?
Yeah. I sleep with her. I cuddle her every night. I make love to her.
Yeah, that's why we got the 3 drags in the sand.
Hey, great topic, guys. How's everybody doing?
Doing good, man.
Yeah, I tried to log in from the phone, but yeah, I don't have all that. I keep all that extra shit off the phone. Bad enough they track me about it.
Yeah, Osiris, have you met the Angry Citizen before?
No, but I have watched him. I'm a big fan. How are you, brother? Hotep, glad to meet you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm doing all right. I had a slump for a while. I was really going through some tough times and just looking for a little progress on the front of justice and transparency and accountability, and not seeing it. So I was down for a while, but I've had a few good things happen lately, so I'm doing good. Thanks.
Well, that's what the guns are for, bro. They'll fix all that shit.
Yeah, well, I do love my guns, and people say they use a lot of disparaging terms. I've been called an ammo-sexual before. I'm sure you've heard that one. I'm an ammo-sexual, so it must mean I have a.
That's good.
Well, there you go. So
put that on a t-shirt.
Hey, listen, I'm a law sexual. All my law books pages will stick together, baby.
Oh,
yeah.
Jesus.
Jelly, my man.
Tony be like, why the pages stuck together? It's like, if you don't know, I shouldn't have to tell you.
I'm pretty excited about law. Let me tell you.
Yeah, it's the most exciting thing. As usual, you guys are night stalkers. I came down to grab a little something to drink, and you're here. And I'm like this. I agree with you 100% with everything that you said. More importantly, safety is everything. And, if you're going to have, some weapons around the home, you need to sit down and straighten out, them young'uns.
Yeah.
All right. You got to set rules. Okay. But as far as the crime family called the government is concerned, all right, you guys remember what was it, hurricane? That thing that happened down in Louisiana when all the flooding and everything.
Yeah, the Hurricane Katrina.
Yeah, Katrina. Yeah, they went around trying to disarm people because they don't want us to have weapons.
That is true.
Okay,
that is true.
They did the same thing in Britain, years ago, and then when they disarmed everybody, it was easy to just steamroll them. All right, we have the right to bear arms. No government entity can take that right, because our rights are inalienable. All right, even now, granted, okay, the guy that done robbed 30 banks and shot 200 people, yes, all right, but for average people like us, all right, and I use that term very lightly, all right, we got that right, and we need to exercise that right. You know what I mean?
What about people that bombed a federal building?
I want their autograph, and I want to put something on their books if they're still alive. One of my favorite, and even though he was a racist, whatever, is Timothy McVeigh. Mwah. Yeah.
So, Osiris, did you hear about the case? It was maybe a few months ago or a year ago or so. A young lady in Scotland warded off a perv using, I think it was a long knife, but it may have been a short, like, hand axe. Like, this girl, she was like 10 years old. You heard about this?
I remember that.
They fucking arrested her, dude. They arrested her. She was being harassed. She and her little sister were being harassed. They were walking to her from school, being harassed by some freaking perv. Okay, she whips out the axe. Says, I'm gonna chop you up, bitch. Get the fuck away from me. Get the fuck away from my sister. And the police showed up and arrested her. And not even like one. There was like 12 of these bastards showed up.
I think they got her for like some terroristic threats or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. You have the right to defend yourself. I think one of the biggest problems now is like these school shootings, which I don't agree with, which is bullshit. I don't agree with, because they had the one in upstate New York where the guy went into the supermarket and started shooting black people. Then you had, I don't know if it was North or South Carolina. They wanted to, I mean, dumb shit like that. Yes. All right. But as far as, I don't keep weapons to intimidate people. Okay. My mother always said, well, why do you got so many guns in the house? And I always tell her, I said, Mom, that door is not there to protect me.
Right.
All right. You can come up in here if you want to. All right. But, you have the right to defend yourself. Being that the government, I hate, Queen Tiff, I hate that word child support, and I hate the word government. And say hi to Tony. She's downstairs watching.
Hey, Tony.
Hey, Tony.
But we have rights, and we have to exercise those rights, and we have the right to defend ourselves. Safety, I agree. All right, if you have children, if you have human offspring in the crib, all right, you got weapons in the crib, you need to set your human offspring straight. Okay. Now, if you're noticing, they are they're convicting parents.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
right.
They are.
Because the dad bought the boy an AR-15, and they said, "Well, you knew he was crazy." Okay, so and I texted earlier, and it's still up on here. We should all be weapons.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But when someone else has a weapon, all right, even the playing field. And I agree with what you said, when somebody calls your bluff, all right, fine. Then it's just gonna be somebody's gonna get some air conditioning vents. Look, I sleep with mine. I got one in the shower. I got one under the kitchen sink. I got one under the couch. I got one under the pillow. All right. Because just in case, you need firepower.
Amen.
You know what I mean? We need firepower. Yes, safety is crucial. But when it comes to, it's funny because, when Tony comes to stays at the domicile, I always keep one under the pillow. She's like, yo, come on. It's like, hey, I need access to it.
Yeah. Seconds might just matter. Seconds might just save your life, brother.
And like you said, that loud bang, worst case, like you said, if you put one across the bow, all right, that's fine. I'm not one about putting one across the bow. I'm putting one in that groin.
Yeah, putting one right across the cheeks, right in between the cheeks. That's right.
Nah, I'm going for the groin. You ain't making no more kids, no more cowards in this world from you, buddy.
Right.
And it's sad because this world that we live in now is there's sick people out here.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the one about the lady who slashed the little boy who tried to catch a little boy from Walmart the other day?
No.
I saw a picture of that, but I didn't hear the details of it. Do you hear the details?
She tried to kidnap a little boy, and then in retaliation, she slashed the boy in his face. He had, and it's disgusting. She slashed him on his face and on his wrist, and the cops dropped her. Okay, and I'm not, a fan of cops, but in incidences like that, when they're actually protecting someone,
Right.
she had it coming. And then she had a bad record. She shouldn't even been out on the street. But like, you never know when you're going to be in a situation where you need, some backup. Case in point, I'll go back to the that incident in it was upstate New York. I can't remember the state or the county, whatever. But no disrespect, the Caucasoid went into the a supermarket, and that's where most of the black people. I hear gunshot, and it's on and popping. So you're 100% correct on everything that you're saying. I just think that everybody should stay strapped, because the world that we live in now is not. I might be the oldest one in the group. I grew up in the 60s and 70s. All right, it was safe back then. I mean, there was still things
Safe-ish, yes.
Yeah, but
yeah, I'm with you. Yeah,
they people are killing each other like it's for free.
Yeah. When I was young, there were no drive-by shootings. No such thing as a drive-by shooting. No, it didn't happen. No school shootings. None. The first school shooting that ever happened in my life was Columbine.
Yeah. How long ago was that, brother?
Well, man, I couldn't tell you. I have to look it up.
It's been close to 15. It's been some years.
Yeah.
I think it's like 20.
Yeah, but it's still
At least.
it's still continuing.
Yeah, and it got worse. It's like it happened, and then all of a sudden, and we're not asking the right questions when this happens. They're all like, "How did he get a gun?" That's the first thing to do. How did he get a gun?
Well,
That's the question you want to
bro.
ask. A psychopath goes on a school shooting spree, decides to murder children in his school, and we want to know how he got the gun. That's the concern for you.
Yeah,
really.
And that's because guess what? You can get a gat anywhere. Money talks, and bullshit runs a marathon.
Amen.
Yeah.
And what really
this.
cracks my head is if you want to go purchase a gat, you call them guns, whatever. All right, you got to fill out all this paperwork. All right, and we got to do a background check and this and this and that. Man, just give me the goddamn thing.
Right.
And now they're mad at the because people are doing that 3D printing thing, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Ghost
they don't like
guns. They're printing ghost guns. They're untraceable.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
It's crazy. It's crazy what they're trying to. It's just.
Oh, could
Yeah,
you
you
do that
froze
again?
up,
I'm
but
sorry,
you're
I
back.
froze up for a hot second.
He was talking about the ghost guns.
When
Hey,
you
man,
talked about
what?
the
Check this
3D.
out. Anybody remember the old? I'm going to go back. I know y'all may be a little bit young. You might not remember. Remember a movie called Phantasm?
Ah, boy, I love Phantasm.
Look, he
Yep.
said, "Boy, you mean?"
Yep.
All right. So remember
Yep.
the steel ball was coming out with the blades, and all right. But remember, he locked his little brother in the room, and his brother took that shotgun shell and taped it to the hammer and hit the door and broke out.
That's right. Yes, it is.
Okay, you can create a weapon out of anything.
Yep.
Okay, I've seen people online have taken 3/4-inch pipes and turn them into shotguns. You literally, but it's the intentions. You know what I mean? Because if you got to use a gun to go intimidate somebody, then excuse me, Tiff, you're a pussy.
Right. Absolutely.
Right?
Oh,
And,
Tiff's delicate ears are burning from that one.
Yeah, I know, right? My internet wife. But the fact of the matter is, it's like even with these drive-by shootings, people are cowards. Ain't nobody got no. Put your dukes up.
Yeah, exactly. Where's the men? Where's the men that want to fight?
Yeah, and it's and some women. I saw a video. I think it was out of Texas. The woman. Somebody was. It was at a gas station. And if you notice, a lot of these shootings are at gas stations. If you check that out. All right, because there's that got stations for some reason are like a gathering for trouble. And somebody did something to her, and she pulled out the gat and she murked like 2 people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll see. I'll find it. I'll send it. I'll send it to you, Tiff. You can share it. But like, you know, the minute somebody gets mad, the gun comes out, the bullets start flying, and then they're regretting what they're doing after they get convicted. Okay.
Yeah.
My other daughter, do you know what her favorite weapon is? Hairspray and a lighter. You better not
there you
get
go.
close because she is on that shit.
Hey, but you know, guess what? Let the prosecutor state it, and oh well, she used a deadly weapon.
Yeah, it's a blowtorch or some, you know, like a
Yeah, and I actually own one of those too, and they're pretty cool.
I saw a video recently. It was pretty funny, and this little girl was talking to this guy saying, "I can get out of any headlock," right? And this guy's a big guy, you know, and he's like, "What are you talking about?" She says, "I don't care how strong you are, I will get out of any headlock." He's like, "You want to show me?" Yeah, I'll show you. So she, you know, she gets on it, and he puts his arm around her neck like that, right? She whips a lighter out and holds it under his
arm, genius. Right? That's genius.
There it is.
Dude, it was so, and he's like, ah!
She never said how. She just said,
right.
I can. That's the thing. Hilarious. How you going to do that?
That is genius.
Ain't nothing like a little 3rd-degree burn on that.
Yeah, that'll slow you down
like
in
a
a hurry.
3rd-degree burn on a man's second lover, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Damn straight. Listen, there was a guy in Japan a couple of years ago went on a stabbing spree.
I remember.
And this was a very big thing, not only because of the fact that it was so horrific. Some guy, he just took a knife and just started killing people everywhere he could.
I remember that. That was like 3 years ago.
We are told, yeah, it was a while back. So we are told, we the people of the United States, we're told that you know, you really, without a gun, your ability to do this is greatly diminished, you know. And I'm sorry, that's just not true. If you're nutty enough, if you're unhinged enough that your desire is to murder people as fast and effectively as you can, doesn't matter if you have a gun or not. And I said this to a friend of mine who's very liberal, and he loves gun laws, and we debated this. And I said to him, listen, knowing me as you do, knowing how resourceful I am and creative and cunning I am, not bragging, just framing this, okay? If I decided tomorrow I flip, okay, Satan takes me over and says, I'm going to use you now as my pawn, my mission becomes murder as many people as possible. I said to him, how many people do you think I could kill before they stopped me? Give me a number. I want an actual number, 100, 1,000. And I guarantee you it would be, I can't even tell you, because what I would do is I would just create explosive devices that look just like ordinary objects. And I would just start making
like
them.
a Molotov cocktail.
Yeah.
With a you know, a truck, and I would go around and just look, you know, put down the flower pot on the street, or
but that would be
whatever, the mailbox, the UPS box.
You did this. That means that you did this preemptively. That means that you thought about it. You said like,
no. He's just saying, you know.
I'm saying I decide I'm going to do it. Like my mission now becomes do this. The most effective way I can possibly contrive to just murder people in massive numbers. You see, and my point is, it's not the gun. It's like Osiris was saying, it's not the gun. Gun is a tool. We see people running people over with pickup trucks. We see them stabbing people. We see them building bombs out of fertilizer, or, you know, trying to knock down planes out of the sky, whatever they can do.
And you know what? You guys remember Suge Knight?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes. Suge Knight didn't kill those guys with a gun. He ran them over with a truck.
That's
he
right.
sure did.
Yeah. Watch out. Fuck around and find
John Wick, I once saw him kill 3 people in the bar with a pencil.
Yeah. We just talked about
kill with anything. You know what I mean? You can kill with anything. But here's the catch. But on the other hand, how many unarmed victims have been murdered by police officers with weapons?
Yes.
Too many.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you see there's no line in the sand when it comes to that.
It's okay for them, but not for us.
Oh yeah, but you know, man, it's the system, you know, we the people. It's not talking about us, it's talking about them.
Right.
You know
just
what I mean?
They have a badge, they have the authority to kill, but I don't when you come into my house. Are you kidding me?
Well, you do. You know, you just got to learn how to deal with the prosecutor.
Right.
Case in point, the cooler cop in New York. No gun.
Mm-hmm.
The one that just got 3 to 9 for manslaughter. You know, y'all know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, you told us the other night.
Yeah.
Right. All right. He got if you haven't watched it, give me I'm sorry, I haven't had a chance to because I've been busy. But if you go, it's all over Facebook or TikTok. But the guy was getting they set up a drug sting. The drug dealer figured out they was cops, and he's running away on the scooter, and the cop goes, and look, it wasn't even his cooler. He went and grabbed somebody's cooler off of a picnic table, whatever, and smashed the guy in the head with it, and the guy died.
Oh,
that wasn't a weapon, but he still got charged with manslaughter. I mean,
yeah,
you know what I mean? So listen, this is a deadly weapon. This is also a deadly weapon.
I got a letter opener right here.
This is a real deadly weapon.
Yes, it is.
Check
You
this
know
one
what I
out.
mean? You guys are deadly weapons, and like I said in the bottom, there you go, deadly weapon. And just like I quoted, I said people should be weapons. If you're not trained on how to defend yourself, you know, I have 3 daughters, man. They can all kick ass. But
I taught my oldest daughter how to do a chokehold, how to do a rear naked choke when she was 8 years old. And I told her, I want you to jump me, try to ambush me, okay, get the choke on, and make me tap. So she did this pretty regularly, and she did it well. And for those who don't know, rear naked choke is called a sleeper hold. It's a jujitsu maneuver, very effective. And you don't need to be very strong to do it. It just needs to be applied correctly. Strength really isn't the key. Exactly. So I taught her to do this. She starts doing it to me, and she was doing a good job. You know, I'm tapping. Well, one day I was completely caught by surprise. I was sitting at my computer, right? And the next thing you know, she's on me like fucking Spider-Man. Boom, right? Wrapping me up. And I was seeing stars. I mean this, okay? For those who don't know, I studied jujitsu for many years. I got a brown belt in it. I know what the hell I'm doing. And I could withstand a choke. I had some big, strong, gaumy motherfuckers trying to choke me out, okay? This was a little girl, 9 years old. She had it perfect, okay? Both carotid arteries just neatly and with hand on. So I start tapping, right? Well, she didn't believe me. She told me this later. She said, I thought you were just indulging me, like being nice to me. Okay, stars are going off. I'm going tapping. For the love of God.
You trained her well, Obi-Wan. That's
amen. Amen.
And you know what? It cracks me up because, and I gotta throw this in here. I know you look. I'm not colored, but when y'all go through all that shit, y'all turn all kind of colors.
Yeah. And what's funny is, I've seen people get choked out. Okay, choked out is when you actually pass out, and it's hilarious because here's what happens. So the guys, and it looks like they're faking. They're just like,
yep, because it only takes
it takes like 3 seconds flat. I'm not even kidding. So when they wake up, they're mad. Like they're sitting there on the mat, and you get around them and you just, put them in a sitting position. You rub their back a little bit like that, and it takes about a minute or two, and they come out and they're mad. They look around, they go, "What are you guys doing? What? Get away from me! I'm fine." And you're like, "No, dude, you were out." "No, I wasn't." "Yeah, trust me, you were out." Like
it feels like they just woke up from a bad dream or something.
Yeah, from a nap. Like, hey, what's up?
You guys are on point as usual. You're bringing it. I love you guys. I just happened to be passing through, and I saw that you're on here. I said, "Let me get on here and join my internet adopted family." Because I love you.
Thanks, man.
And
appreciate you very much.
You guys, you're on point, and I agree. I mean, safety is a key. I think that I don't have any. I got a 5-6 bedroom estate. Ain't no kids in here. Only kids in here is my damn little fur goblins, Himalayan fur goblins that I got running around.
Yes.
But if you're going to have weapons, you need to bring it to the family's attention. Bring and be adamant. You let them kids know if you touch it, I'm gonna whoop your ass.
Yeah.
Okay. But on the same level, you need to be taking them to the range and show them how to put that lead down on the target.
That's right.
Okay. And then showing them and teaching them, safety precautions, all the things necessary.
Amen.
As far as your rights are concerned, you have the rights. Nobody can, this funny thing is, I can see with the felons, I'll teeter on that one. Okay, but other than that, you know, and my theory is this: look, well, you got a record, you can't buy this. Well, I can't buy it here.
Right. They still
all right, but I'm definitely gonna buy something someplace. You know, I mean, you can always, you know, and you know, knowing that the feds are watching us and all, but stay strapped, stay practiced, stay and be the weapon. All right, because ain't no giving no warning shot. Wait, did you guys? I just saw a video this morning. The guy was banging on somebody's door, wanting to get into the house and talk to the guy's daughter. Come to find out that the guy was crazy, and the guy actually got into the house, and the owner of the house didn't shoot him. I'll send you that one too, Tiff, and you can send it out.
Well, Cyrus, I have a question.
Yes.
I don't need no money on my books, but would you like my autograph?
I would give anything for your autograph, Queen. You already know that.
Nice.
My best buddy. Tony said, "Oh my God, you got an internet wife." That's right. She has a husband, though, so it's only through internet.
I be telling Darren, when you be blowing up those buildings, you got to watch what you're doing because they know who I am and you're friends now.
I don't know.
You are on the radar.
Look, I you know, I just met you. I don't know you. I've never talked to you before in my life. Hey, listen, I'm gonna get down. I'm gonna get out of here because Tony's here. She's actually downstairs watching it. I said, "Oh, baby, I tried to get on with the phone. I said, let me go up and get on the computer because I got to say hi to the Queen and my brother. It was really nice to meet you, man. Your content is great, and I agree with everything that you said, Darren, my brother, the Punisher.
That's right.
And Tiff, the Queen. Tiff, you know what? How many hats do you have?
Over 100.
Every time I see you, you got a different hat on.
You're gonna have a hat room.
I have a shoe room and a hat room.
Do we need a hat? I didn't know the.
I just bought this one today.
Hang on, I'll get my hat here. Hang on.
Bro, you don't need a hat. You need minoxidil for men.
Oh shit! Trigger warning!
Now he's Sifu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Teacher.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
But as usual, you guys are killing it, man. Thanks for letting me participate in this.
Anytime, man. Anytime.
It's a pleasure, Osiris.
Jump in with you guys.
Please do.
I love you guys, man. I really do.
Thank you
Tiff,
so much. God bless you.
God bless you too, Tiff. Did you see what I posted earlier?
No, I haven't been on Facebook today, but if it's on there, I'll share it.
No. It was just I used the that wonderful flag, and I actually that's going to be on my website.
Oh, nice, very nice. That's awesome.
No, thank you guys. You have no idea how much I love y'all for that one. And but listen, I'm gonna get out of here. Y'all have a good night. Y'all keep
you as well, my brother.
Topics and people out there. If you got issues with CPS, you get with Tiff, you get with the Punisher, and the rest of it collectively. If I can help in any way, I will. And I love you guys. All right, and I love all people. But you know, before I leave this, going back to weapons, you already know how I feel. Stop being pussies.
That's right.
Fight the hell back.
That's right.
Damn straight.
That's the law.
That's
okay? There's no law that says you got to sit back and let somebody do something to you. And so what if they got a gun? You better be quick you just be quicker on the draw than them. Practice makes perfect.
Amen.
All right. Somebody said the tongue is the deadliest weapon on earth. I wonder if that's a female. I love you guys. Y'all have a good night. I'm getting out of here.
Take care. God bless.
Go Tep. God
Ooh, okay, on that note, we need to end. My cat is in my window. I don't know what the hell he's doing.
Yeah, did you see the new commercial that you're in?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, Jesus almighty. Hold on. Let me see. Where is it here? It's in the thing. It's
Get down.
It's in the thing. Well, there we go.
Is this the one right here? No, that's not the one. Hold on a second. We got to play this.
All right. I'd love to see it.
Wait till you see this. This is freaking great.
You get me at my worst moments, yelling and screaming and swearing and
you're yelling and screaming.
Oh my God. Here we go.
It's pretty badass. Let me see. Where is it? Here it is.
Am I on the FBI list yet? Because I'm a little offended that no FBI agents have come to visit me. You guys don't take me seriously.
System designed
Oh, there we go.
to break families apart? Do you demand answers, truth, and justice when it comes to child protective services? Then it's time to shatter the silence and tune into the #1 CPS podcast that speaks the harsh truth. Tiff and The Punisher. We're here to expose what they don't want you to know, to give a voice to the voiceless, and to empower you with the information you need to fight back. Join us live Monday through Friday at 7:45 p.m. Eastern on youtube.com/@abolishcps. Every Thursday, we bring in a special guest host, the one and only Angry Citizen, to dive even deeper into the issues that matter most. This isn't just a podcast, it's a movement. We're creating a new wave, a community demanding accountability and transparency from CPS. But we don't just talk about the problems, we offer solutions. Introducing the CPS Punisher app, the educator they didn't want you to find. Available at www.thecpspunisher.com. This revolutionary tool is a must-have for anyone involved with CPS cases. It helps you track and analyze every detail, giving you the upper hand and the knowledge to navigate this complex system. Don't walk into your next CPS interaction unprepared. Arm yourself with the truth, arm yourself with knowledge, and arm yourself with the CPS Punisher. Join the fight, get informed, and become part of the new wave. Tiff and The Punisher. The truth we can't silence. Tune in tonight.
What'd you think, Dana?
I'm still watching. Hang on.
Oh, yes.
There must be a lot.
I'm watching it on YouTube.
Oh. Oh, because the sound wasn't working. That's right. Now we know what the delay is.
I love how you got the stunt doubles for us. That is impressive. So yeah, I'm not sure why, but what's going on is I can't, in my screen of the studio, I don't see the stuff that you show. I don't know why.
Yeah, it does
may be malfunctioning.
Well, too.
Anyway,
But
yeah,
right?
I love it, brother. Thank you. That's amazing.
Yes. All right. Well, everybody, we had another good night, and I'm gonna give Renee's tune another shout out tonight. She was happy about that. So that won't be done. All right, everybody. Till next time.
Good night, America. God bless.
Well, the road stretches long from the Pacific shore, where the guardians fell and the families cried for more. We loaded up the buses with the weary and the bold, headed east with a fire in our hearts, boys. We're gonna toll and roll. The system built its cages out of paper and lies, took the children, took the elders under color of disguise. But the people rose together, put their boots upon the ground, from the redwood forest to the capital town. We're gonna toll and roll. Toll and roll, let the good times come. Toll and roll till the battle's won. Audit the records, let the truth be told. We're the children of the Republic, and we're toll and rolling down the road. We met in the desert under wide open skies, shared our stories round the fire, watched the sparks fly high. From CPS shadows to guardianship chains, we're breaking every link in the pouring rain with a toll and roll refrain. The lawyers and the judges, they hide behind their gowns. is the thunder rolling down. We carry postcards, petitions, and a sacred Bill of Rights, singing freedom's old sweet song into the endless night. Toll and roll, feel the spirit rise. Toll and roll, under endless skies. From the OC to DC, let the message unfold. We're the remedy riders, and we're tolling, rolling down the road. Well, the wheel is turning and it won't slow down. Every mile we travel spins the truth around. From the ashes of injustice, a new day is born. We're the convoy of the righteous in the early morn. Now the halls of power, hear our footsteps drawing near. We come in peace, but we come without fear. With faith as our compass and justice as our guide, we stand for every mother, every father, every child. So raise your voice up higher, let the chorus ring. The republic is calling, let the people sing. From sea to shining sea, hear the freedom call. We're the movement that's rising, and we toll and roll through it all. Toll and roll, let the good times come. Toll and roll, till the battles are won. Audit the records, let the whole world know we're the keepers of the promise, and we're tolling, rolling down the road. Tolling, rolling, keep on rolling. Tolling, rolling, let the truth be told. Tolling, rolling, across America. Tolling, rolling, forevermore. Forevermore.
They said don't fight the system. They said stay quiet.
They were wrong. Lock in. We are exposing what so many have failed to. We are going to show you what bar attorneys have hidden from all of us. Hundreds of thousands of children and twice that of parents have been lied to and walked down the road of termination. It's the death penalty. We're all of the protesters, the ones who fight for the rights of prisoners, dogs, illegal immigrants. Why aren't you coming to the aid of our children and families? Right here in America, every day a child per minute is kidnapped.
And no one cares. We fight alone until today. CPS Punishers mount up. Here comes the CPS Punisher.
Anonymous tip, another lie from one of them. No warrant, no proof, just a badge and a grin. Stealing kids like trophies, thinking they'll win. Mama crying on the porch, daddy in the cage. System wrote the script, but the CPS Punisher just flipped the page. The educator they banned, I see every violation, every forged line, every ex-part hearing, every stolen time. One tap of the app and the truth ignites. Welcome to the CPS Punisher, now we can fight.
CPS and the courts have lied to us all.
The courts will not disperse.
skull in the night, the binder full of secrets and weapons you all need. Ab initio, watch me void that lie. Fourth Amendment armor, watch the tyrants cry. Falsified drug test, gone in a flash. I see Tevio, warrior, due process king. Every parent's hero when the hotline rings. I call it justice. Download the truth, now the system busts us. From the courtroom to the streets, hear the battle cry. The CPS punishers arrive. Kiss your bar asses goodbye. They tried to silence us, now we're the loudest voice in the room.
CPS Punisher.
Here to avoid the chains and expose the game.
CPS Punisher.
The educator they never wanted you to find.
But answer.
The children never leave again. Families rise, we never look back. We now use the CPS Punisher. This ain't revenge, this is reunification. This ain't rage, this is resurrection. Open the app, step into the fight. You ready?
CPS Punisher.
The app you need when they took your kid.
CPS Punisher.
The truth they hid, now the truth gets lit.
But answer.
Download the power, take back the throne.
Punisher.
You're never alone. CPS Punisher. The educator they never wanted you to find. Void complete. Family restored. The bar is finished. The Constitution will prevail. Judges do what's right. Treason is your penalty.
CPS Punisher.
Here comes the CPS Punisher.